In part 6, we engaged in battle, prepared for war, built habitats, and modified our species. In part 7, we set up planetary automation, go to war, reform our government, and build orbital rings. Make sure you get gateway travel as soon as it pops up. This is a prerequisite to the technology that lets you make gateways. Oh, real quick, first thing we want to do with our new transport armies is put their stance on aggressive, so they automatically land armies on planets they think they can conquer that are in the system they are in. They will also follow your fleets around. Next thing we want to do to prepare is set up planetary automation. That way we can focus on the war while the computer stays on top of our planets. But we have to do this right. So first we need to set up our sectors. At the bottom right, click Sector View Mode. The lightly colored area that popped up is our capital sector. Our empire capital is also the sector capital. Let's look at our empire. Every planet in a sector is within 4 system jumps away from the sector capital. However, this might be changing in version 3.8. We see over here to the southeast that there are a cluster of planets that aren't in a sector. Select the planet in the center that is within 4 jumps of each planet. Go to the planet summary. Click Create New Sector. It will then take this planet and create a new sector now visible on our empire map. Everything in that lightly shaded area that was just made, including planets, is a part of that sector now. Keep doing this till every planet is a part of a sector. Once done, go to the Planets and Sectors screen. Each sector has a governor slot. Now recruit and assign a governor to each sector. Return to the Planets and Sectors screen. Click Sector Settings for each sector and select the type of resource you would like the sector's automation to focus on. We really want alloys for our war effort, so we will select manufacturing focus for all of our sectors. By the way, I do not recommend planetary automation until you have at least 10 or more planets. The more planets the automation AI has to work with, the more powerful it is. Next thing we want to do is go to the top right and set a monthly resource contribution to the shared stockpile. The shared stockpile is basically an imaginary bin you throw resources into for the automation AI to play with and build with. I like to give the AI half my monthly minerals when I'm doing automation. You can also click the shared stockpile box and throw resources in there. Okay, now that we've given the AI some resources to play with, let's go through each planet's automation settings. Go to Planet Summary. Click the gear button called Planetary Automation Settings. First, if you use or can build clone vats, it's important that you uncheck Pop Assembly for all of your planets. This will keep the AI from spamming clone vats and destroying your food supply. I don't know why it does this, even though Prevent Deficit Construction is turned on, but it just does. So Control left click this to uncheck and turn this off for all your planets, then shift click to disable it so it doesn't check it for new planets. The next thing to turn off is rare resources. It is better off to manage this on your own because the AI will overdo it. Just be in the habit of building some strategic resource buildings now and again. So Control click to uncheck and Shift left click to disable in the future. Do the same thing with crime unless you're having crime issues. You don't want your valuable building slots taken up by enforcer buildings like Hall of Judgment. Besides, you can build those yourself at your discretion. Okay, that should be it. The rest the computer can manage just fine while you're away at war. Okay, we got automation set up, we got troops, we got fleets upgraded, we claimed our target empire systems. Time to go to war. Go to Contacts, select the empire you want to go to war with. Click Diplomacy, click Declare War, click Conquer or Claim. You may also have other options. You may want to vassalize, for example. But for now, Claim is the only thing that's available. Click Declare War. Okay, unpause for a second for it to take effect. Then jump to an enemy system and start conquering. Notice the transport ship landing armies automatically. Start taking systems. Use smaller fleets like this one to capture non-planet systems without starbases. Keep your biggest fleets together. Citadel is required for making megastructures, so pick that research next. See the spikes on the little icon here? That's a quick way of telling if you completely control the enemy system. If the spikes aren't there, you probably haven't taken the planets, or it's in allied territory. Looks like we've spotted the enemy's main fleet. We currently outnumber them by a good amount, but that doesn't mean we can't get countered. Good, they don't have any battleships. That's what I was afraid of. We should be able to win. Looks like we soundly defeated them. The war should be ours as long as they don't have more. But I'm confident that my ships won't get wiped. We got another big battle coming up. We crushed them. Okay, the enemy empire surrendered. Therefore, we get all the systems we claimed before and during the war. So this is one example of how a war can go. Notice that I didn't take all their stuff, just some. And this goes both ways. Let's say they were stronger and they claimed my systems. I could surrender before they destroyed any of my fleets and live to fight another day, just like they did to me. Now, that war ended pretty quick, but if it hadn't, one of us would have reached 100% war exhaustion. And if it's us, then we can be forced into a peace treaty and possibly lose some systems. So you want to win the war before your war exhaustion reaches 100%. If you go for a peace treaty, make sure the enemy hasn't taken any of your systems that they have claimed. Otherwise, in a peace treaty, they will get those systems, even if you got some of theirs. That's not good. The empire I just fought entered a defensive pact with the other unclaimed empire. So now, if I fight this empire again, I'll be fighting both of them. Okay, so when you have vassals, you're going to have rebellions from time to time. Usually you can step in and crush them. So looks like we are at war again. So we are going to come over here with our fleets and retake these systems. Going to be using these torpedoes soon in our builds. The second I see battlecruisers, I'll switch. Looks like my vassal already cleaned him up for me. You want to get this too when you see it. Galactic Administration gives you another civic slot. We'll go over that later. Now, when you put down rebellions, you might get their systems instead of the game giving them back to your vassal, which is really annoying, but I haven't figured out a way to stop the game from doing this. You know what? I think since I'm down here, I might as well go to war with this empire down south too. But first I have to make claims. So we have a civic slot. We are going to spend it real quick here. Go to the government screen, click Reform Government. So I've given it some thought. My first impulse is to pick technocracy, but I've thought more about it and I think functional architecture is a better choice for right now, because we have a lot of planets and we'll be getting a lot more. That's one building per planet. That really adds up and will allow me to get research and Unity both that way. So let's select functional architecture. Now click Reform. Okay, back to the war. We are fighting on two fronts. These fleets are about to do battle. Up here, I'm just trying to hold them back. Down here, I'm fighting to gain territory. Oh, cool. Orbital ring. Definitely going to research that. This will make my planet stronger and do all kinds of stuff. Big battle about to go down here. They got whooped. Okay, so we are at the war screen. This shows war exhaustion and the breakdown of it. At the bottom in the middle is settle status quo. Now we are just taking two systems, so when status quo is green, we will send an offer. And we'll get those systems even though we didn't technically win, really we did. Huge battle coming up. It looked close there for a second, but we stomped them. We are beat up though, we need to repair. Just click on your fleet and click the repair button. They will go repair at the nearest shipyard. Okay, we are going to build our first orbital ring now. All you do is build megastructure and then click orbital ring and then click on the inhabited planet you control. You can systematically go through all your planets and do this. Oh snap, I didn't see this here. They have a bigger fleet than what I have here, and my transports are vulnerable, so be careful fighting on 3 different fronts. Paradox, please fix this. Looks like our other transport is getting chased. I'll order them back to friendly territory. Looks like having my vassals only fight defensive wars is really paying off. They can't enter my vassal's territory, but I can. So cheesy. What the heck? This is so annoying. The system I was camping rebelled, so I got booted and now my transport is trapped. And my other one is missing. Okay, status quo is green checked and we have all our claim systems. Let's send an offer so I can focus on this rebellion. Look, now we have those systems. This will be a good launching point for my fleets. We'll put a gateway here as soon as possible. That's it for part 7. If you like my stuff, you know what to do. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.